Hello, everyone, and I welcome you all to today's exclusive podcast on Gen AI and autonomous agents, the new frontier of developer led CX innovation. I'm your host, Khushi Mudgal, and I'm absolutely delighted to have you both all with us today. To help us unpack this exciting space, it is my honor to have two incredible guests with me. Joining me today are Mr. Udit Agarwal, Vice President and Global Head of Marketing at Exotel, and Mr. Mohit Jamwal, Vice President, Solution Strategy and Product Marketing at Exotel. It's such a pleasure having you both here with me today.
Thank you, Kushi.
Thank you, Kushi. It's a pleasure to be here on the show.
So, now before we move ahead, let me take a moment to introduce them. Udit is a seasoned marketing leader with 20 plus years of experience across marketing, sales, and strategy. He has played a pivotal role in scaling global tech brands, including helping UiPath grow from $50 million to $1 billion ARR in just 4 years. At Exotel, he drives go to market and marketing strategies to power AI driven, personalized customer engagement. Having led impactful programs at Adobe, SAP, and Autodesk, he brings deep expertise in revenue and product marketing, ensuring innovation translates into real world business outcomes. Recognized with awards like the Economic Times Most Promising Tech Marketer in India, he is passionate about mentoring teams and delivering results that matter. On the contrary, Mohit helps shape AI powered customer engagement solutions across sectors like BFSI, retail, and healthcare. He works closely with enterprises to integrate Exotel's cloud contact center and conversational AI capabilities into their customer journeys. He has previously held leadership roles at Ameo, Comviva, and Excelsoft, bringing over 2 decades of experience in consulting, pre-sales, and solution design. And now that we have both of our guests here with us, it's time that we finally begin with the conversation. So, in today's conversation, we will be exploring how generative AI and autonomous agents are revolutionizing modern marketing from transforming personalization to reimagining customer journeys at scale. And these technologies are no longer futuristic, they are already reshaping CX architectures and developer responsibilities. Our guests will share their expert insights into the unique role Gen AI and agents play in building scalable, intelligent Martech and CX ecosystems, real world use cases where businesses are gaining measurable ROI, and various guardrails to ensure ethical, empathetic, and strategic adoption of these technologies. And now it's time that without further ado, let's get started. So, before we get into deep discussions, it's time that we finally let the stage set for all of our listeners. So, let's start with knowing that how our generative AI and autonomous agents are reshaping marketing and customer engagement today. And between the two, which one both of you think that holds the biggest game challenging potential? So, firstly, I would like to know that from you, Udit.
So thank you, Kushi. It's great to be on this show. It's a great question to kick off the session. And I think the real shift is happening from service to experience. And AI is an enabler to do that. We have all experienced broken journeys. Every call, every message, start from zero. And AI is helping build that continuity all across. It gives every conversations more empathy, more intent, more meaning, so that brands can actually connect with their customers like a friend. Now that's a real shift. A lot of times we all have faced where we have to repeat ourselves or we have to repeat our tickets, what's going on at every time we are interfacing with the brands. And AI is actually shrinking that and making that more context rich and changing that for our customers to be fed faster, to have the resolution time much faster, which can actually lead into a game-changing customer experience.
Yes, absolutely, Udit. And what do you have to say about it, Mohit?
Yeah, like Udit said, if Gen AI is a creative brain of modern CX, then autonomous agents are its operational hands actually, because they don't wait for trigger; they simply act. They can observe behavior, they decide the best course of action, they execute it. So they are the mind in their own selves. Whether it's escalating a call, initiating a follow-up, personalizing a next best offer, that is all what an autonomous agent can do. And that is where the leap is. We are witnessing a leap right now from automation to autonomy right now. So that is how it is.
Yes, absolutely. And the way that we are moving forward, it's also becoming important to, keep addressing these developer-led innovations in this direction so that we are always a step ahead than what we always want to do. So now that we want to understand the Gen AI and autonomous agents in the CX innovation, let's help our listeners, understand this landscape. So, Udit, can you explain in simple terms that what makes Gen AI different from the earlier AI applications in marketing, like recommendation engines or maybe rule-based chatbots?
So I would say the traditional AI was deterministic. It followed fixed rules. If you said check my balance, it will look up the database. If you asked anything outside that script, it will broke. But I think generative AI has just revolutionized that game completely. It understands intent and emotion. It understands the state that you are coming from. It just doesn't analyze. It creates. So it's more of generative. It generates rather than it follows a certain rule. So if then else and do a certain things in a rule based manner. So it can generate human-like dialogue, adjust tone to match customers' mood, and even learn from past interactions. Now, this whole learnability and becoming smart from personal interaction or the past interactions makes the generative AI very differentiated from the traditional AI models, and that is being utilized in marketing a lot now, right? So we can create content, we can create a lot of Gen AI based workflows in marketing because it will actually start to create more learnability, improvability, and actually be on point. So this means customer conversation now sound more human. It's natural, adaptive, and contextual, and that's where CX is getting a big upgrade. So it is. We have all talked about personalization, but today I think with Gen AI, modern Gen AI, the personalization gets more personal.
Yeah.
So that's where I leave this and how I'm seeing the change in CX and marketing both.
Very rightly mentioned, Udit. And from that comes my next question, which I'd like to ask to you, Mohit, that what do you think we mean by autonomous agents in CX, and are they assistants or independent systems?
Think of autonomous agents as a goal-driven teammates or buddies. They are more of a goal-driven digital teammates. Unlike bot that needed instructions, autonomous agents, they can pursue objectives. I'll just take an example. If one agent might optimize a response time, while another might monitor the customer sentiment, and third would decide whether to transfer it to a human agent or not. So all those micro agents collaborating together with human in real time is something which defines an autonomous agents. Like I said, they sense, they decide, they act. They are continuously learning from each interaction, whatever is happening. Even at Exotel, I'll say, the philosophy we have built is more around the three verbs: observe, decide, and act. It's how we operationalize continuous improvement in CX with observability, automation, and personalization. All these three are inculcated in the autonomous agents, what we are building and what the industry is looking forward for to, and they're all goal-driven, digitally enabled.
And just like you mentioned, Mohit, about the personalization, do you also think that marketers are ready to hand over these certain aspects of CX to the agents?
Yes, definitely, because at the end, anyone whosoever is working would need some kind of um, not typically an assistance, but something which can improve the impact of whatever I am doing right now. So if any autonomous agent can help me improve an impact as a marketer, why not? I am ready to openly use it and prove it that this is an ROI what I can bring onto the along with the AI or autonomous agents.
Yes, absolutely, Mohit. And this way, when we move forward with identifying these agents and also applying their applications, then also it becomes, better for the real world use cases that we are using.
That's right. And like I said, it's not about replacing a human or replacing a marketer. It's more about using that network of micro agents which are collaborating with that marketer to make a major impact or improve an impact and give an ROI.
Rightly mentioned, Mohit. Okay, all right. So now moving forward with the next segment where we will discuss about the developer-led frontier. So for this, Mohit, I would like to you answer first on that. Why is developer involvement so crucial when bringing Gen AI and autonomous agents into CX?
That's because CX has evolved. CX today is built through APIs and not through user interfaces. Because earlier, traditionally, we understand if a UI is good, the experience would be good. But today, it is all about the APIs, how developers have become the new architects of experience. They connect the systems from CRMs, LLMs, call flows, ticketing. They ensure that data and context are moving seamlessly between different systems, and that helps the agents sitting in a contact center improve the customer experience and talk relevant with the customer. But for example, I mean, I'll just take an instance. Even one of our enterprise partners, they're using Agent Stream to stream the live voice conversations into a GenAI model that can detect frustration mid-call, or they can observe those sentiments mid-call and decide what decisions are to be taken, whether it to be transferred or change the tonality and handle that particular customer. So this is something which is bringing in the empathy, which is engineered through code. So that is where the developer will play a role and is playing a role within this new Gen AI and autonomous agents coming into play.
Yes, and as these are coming into play, we're also, realizing that how much we need to adapt to this space and, address these Gen AI and autonomous agents to, making our, work or maybe our tasks, better from everyday perspective.
That's true, and there is a saying going on. I mean, on lighter note, in some forums and other way, like next generation of CX won't be designed in PowerPoints. It will be designed in Python, because that is an underlying technology, which, or language, I'll say, which is uh, on that AI front, which people are using. So everything is something which is developers are enabling to create and enhance that CX.
Yes, absolutely, Mohit. All right. So now, Udit, to you, I would like to ask that do you believe that the companies which empower their developer ecosystems will lead the next wave of CX breakthroughs, or can you share some examples of how you've seen this play out?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say earlier the CX innovation come from leadership teams and boardrooms about how they would like to build for the next level of CX. But I think there's a lot of innovation now is happening at the grounds up level also. There's a lot of innovations are coming from bottoms up, from developers building integrations, automations, voice intelligence layers. They're creating small or very important areas of technology which are actually changing the overall game. I think companies that are empowering their developer ecosystem will need the next CX wave. Look at now how open API movement has changed communications completely. It democratized innovation. Everybody has started, like, it's not important that how do you code, but it is now becoming important what do you solve. So with the vibe coding, a lot has changed. People are not required to know how to syntax the code, but it is important to know what they solve for. There's a lot of shift happening at a grounds up level as well. And at Exotel, we see this every day. Developers create new CX use cases faster than traditional roadmap cycles would ever could. They're expanding what's possible from self-healing workflows to emotion-aware to routing. I give an example about we did some few hackathons earlier, and the ideas that have come from grounds up developers and engineering teams are like really changing the game. We are actually surpassing what we thought in our product roadmap, and then customers are embedding into those new modules and technologies that have built on the Gen AI bedrock, I would say. So yes, I think developers would be the true CX disruptors in the coming years, or already become the CX disruptors, I would say.
Yes, Adil, definitely. And as we are, witnessing so many, these practical use cases in our daily life, we are getting more accustomed to this fact that yes, this is something that is definitely going to change the landscape for all of us. Okay, so now it's time that we focus on the practical use cases of these applications. And for this, I would like to ask you that from your seat as a marketing leader, what are the 2 or 3 exciting real-world use cases where Gen AI and agents are showing measurable impact on customer journeys?
Uh, so we have started to experiment with AI, and we started to embed AI into multiple areas that we are working across in marketing functions. So tools like Anatane are helping automate workflows across our CRM, messaging, email, creating connected and real-time journeys without a code. It has actually reduced our time to market. It has actually reduced our time to get to the customer much faster, and it actually showing up in our results much ahead in the game. Second, tools like for our SDR teams, tools like we are using Happy Sales for SDR enablement, AI coach. This is helping them actually do the better pitching. It's becoming how to pitch better to a customer. A lot of times when my SDR is away, they can actually have a workflow in which there is a real-time fetching of information on from tools like LinkedIn, create a custom-based email, sending it out a customer-based custom email to the customer with the context, calendarize the meeting, and it just wonders, right? Because in that we don't lose time in terms of actually reaching the customer in time when they need us. Tools like Bamboo Box are using AI to identify high intent leads, prioritize which accounts that we need to focus on, recommend the next actions, and help focus on what truly matters. So all of these AI tools now are coming together to make one singular sense in which how can we make an impact faster, how can we reach a customer when they are looking for, and how can we actually be in the context where the customer is are. So I would say it's not about tools anymore, it's about smarter, more contextual experience, and that feel effortless to the customer, and it's natural, it's all automated. That's how I feel some of these use cases and technologies that we are using in marketing, which is making a lot of impact for us.
And they're also making all of us so future ready, because for every problem there's some or the other tool that maybe we can apply on a daily aspect of working, and maybe also applying it to making it easier for us to maybe coordinate and moderate the work tasks that are there. Yes. So, okay. So, Mohit, what do you think from your seat as a solutions leader? What are those 2 or 3 real world CX use cases where GenAI and agents are already making an impact?
I mean, actually, we are at an inflection point where technology maturity, AI adoption, and business urgency, they are all aligning, because every business wants to use AI. But at the same time, the maturity of the technology is also evolving. So I can see 2 big shifts which are redefining CX in CX space when I interact with my different enterprises. One is across industries, be it banking, insurance, e-commerce, healthcare, travel. We are seeing a move towards hybrid contact centers, which are aligned with AI agents coming into play, which are handling, triaging, and learning continuously, but they're always under human supervision. Because nobody wants to play with the customer experience when it comes to actual ground reality. So they are human supervised, those agents. Which means that in BFSI we can have smarter loan and claims conversations. In retails we can have adaptive productive assistance that scales instantly during peak seasons. So there are different use cases under this autonomous contact center which are coming into play. And it's no longer about AI versus agent, but it's AI with the agent. And that is where the harmony comes into play between human and AI. Second is around voice is being seen as a real-time data stream. It's no more what you can do with a static recording, but what you can do with a real live voice data stream and have actionable data out of it. So with that, enterprises can now detect sentiments, emotions in real time. They can trigger the quality or compliance alerts. They can dynamically route calls to the coaching for coaching an agent or mid conversation, and supervisor is observing those conversations. So this is all possible because voice is being treated as a real-time data stream within a CX space, which earlier was not. So this kind of heavy adoption in regulated sectors, even like banking, healthcare, where voice compliance and customer emotion tracking, they are looking at a major business impact by using all these stuff. So broadly, these are the 2 things which in CX space we are observing people are bent towards experimenting and utilizing in the actual space.
Yes, and that's how we can imagine the future of today's CX innovation, leading us towards the much ever ready world, where these practical use cases can also be applied and also be learned from for a better workforce. So, do you also feel, Mohit, that there are any risks of over automation, maybe losing empathy in CX?
No, I mean, like I said, it's more about what is a return on investment I'll get if I invest in AI. I have to measure that impact and the value what I can drive out of it.
Yeah.
Nobody is worried about whether I'm overusing it or not. People are worried about whether it's beneficial for me or whether it's making an impact or not. The
Mm.
actual hype of I should use AI is over. People are now looking forward. What is a result I can get if I use this? If I am not getting a result, I may not use an AI. I can simply move ahead with the regular NLP or a rule-based flows, which I usually earlier used to do. So it's not about overusing. It's more about how impactful I can leverage that technology and achieve that business objective. If I can, I am not worried about. No enterprise is worried about overusing it right now. So it's the balance which towards the objective people are looking at.
Exactly, and that's the way to go about it actually.
Yeah.
So now moving forward, as both of you know that with every powerful technology there are limitations. So Udit, what do you think are the biggest cultural or organizational barriers that you see in adopting technologies like autonomous agents
Yeah.
in marketing functions?
So I think the biggest barrier is not technology. I think it's trust and culture. Also, it's about security and privacy a bit, because that guardrail is very, very important with AI. I think, and the other thing is that on trust and culture is when teams often fear AI will replace them, and leaders worry about brand control and speed. So my view is the key is to reframe AI as an augmentation layer, not a replacement first. So, and we have seen companies succeed when they involve agents early, show them how AI simplifies their day, and reward collaboration with automation. So I think all of these areas when come together, when AI becomes your partner on a daily basis versus you fear AI is a replacement of you, I think that would go. And as people are saying now, that you will succeed in your careers moving further if you work with AI versus if you do not work, if you work without AI. I think that is important. The one of the other barriers is actually keeping your data, keeping systems safe and private, because data is becoming a holy grail for everything now. Our mobile phones having all data from finances to your personal data, and AI has a lot of access to it. So I will not say barriers, but those guardrails have to be there. If AI is actually being guardrailed by the privacy and the security function set, I think the adoption of autonomous agents would just multiply. So the human AI relationship will evolve from fear to partnership, and we will see the multi-fold of autonomous agents would come into the picture. So yeah, I think it's not so much about technology; it's about implementing technology in a more responsible manner, fostering a culture of and trust and growth with AI. I think those are the areas which are becoming the barrier that needs to be taken away.
Yes, Mohit, the moderation is the key over here, as exactly like you mentioned. So, Mohit, if we technically speak about this, what do you think are those guardrails that must businesses should ensure that AI enhances CX and not harm it?
Yeah, I mean that's the primary concern of enterprises when they start thinking of using AI, that it should not be overused like we discussed, and it should not be harmful for my customer experience. So, but there are two or three essentials which, if any enterprise keeps an eye on, this is sorted, because AI in itself, if I am deploying it, it is taking decision. If I understand why it is acting in that way, if I am aware of the fact that what data it is using, it should be auditable, then it falls in place that that's a particular guardrail when any AI application would want. So explainability is that aspect which covers this portion of it, that every AI is taking a decision and understanding why it is taking that decision based on certain data. So explainability is one essential for as a guardrail which any business sets to ensure. Human in the loop, like we said, is another one, because there is nothing like fully autonomous system. Even if you want to have it, you should have a human in the loop where human can override if AI is not fulfilling the business objective. Then third and important one is observability, because every action, whatever is being done by AI, should be monitored through dashboards. We should be able to track the behavior and bias and compliances what an AI is taking decisions upon. So observability is a very important factor which comes into play when we implement or execute an AI, be it a chatbot, voice bot, or any AI application for that matter, any autonomous agent if we want to deploy. Because again, like I said, autonomy, there is a leap which I said, automation to autonomy. So in autonomy, if we are having an autonomy without observability, that leads to chaos. But if we are having autonomy with governance, that is where the actual power lies. So if any enterprise is looking at moving and leveraging AI to enhance CX, these are the three essentials which they should be particularly putting across.
Yes, and you've mentioned that very, easily and, in a great way for all of us to refer to every time we think about it. Okay, so now it's time that we discuss about the future outlook for these automation and for all the CX-led innovation that is coming forth. So, Mohit, how do you see developers shaping the CX strategy 5 years from now?
I mean, 5 years pretty far off, because I don't even know when I go out of the room and developer will say I built this and I've come up with this thing. But still, there are some fundamental things which we observe as changes which are coming in. Like developers, they will become the CX strategist.
Yeah.
So it's more like if they have to define, I mean, they will define the logic behind empathy. They will code the principles on which experiences will be personalized. So they will be thinking about how a CX would look like for the end consumer. It will depend on how I code it. So they will be the actual CX strategists, and that fundamental is in shift right now. And we have developers who are looking and thinking from that standpoint. And then another thing is more like the DevOps, which is a typical, developer understands all that. So we may have a continuous experience engineering kind of a team, which is, because today we are talking about customer experience, but the actual thing lies in when I can continuously improve it. I can continuously learn and do all that stuff, which can be done if I'm having an engineering team who looks into it. Because today I'm having developers, I'm having different teams who are working on the customer experience. But what if I have a customer experience engineering team down the line, which works on a DevOps like a model? With those guys are continuously evolving and evaluating the journeys, customer journeys, which we typically talk about in any industries. Those journeys are to be constantly tested, improved, redeployed. That is something which is an engineering stuff which is to be done. So today there are separate set of team, but the engineering bent of mind is probably which is evolving and will add value to it. So that is something which is a fundamental change which we are seeing, because with AI people want to experiment and keep on doing it on daily basis. I mean, that's the core fundamental change which I'm seeing, and probably we can witness it in coming 5 years or whatever time frame it is. Developers primarily evolving from the regular backend job to primary people who can think about how a CX would look like.
Yes, and AI is also, mentioning that it is also intervening with this intervention that reskilling and relearning also becomes a main important aspect for all of us to, set forth with all these applications and make about a daily use case for all of us.
Yeah.
So now, Udit, I would like to ask you that what's your boldest prediction on how GenAI and autonomous agents will redefine marketing structures and talent needs in the next decade?
Well, what Moy said, I second that. Uh, but decade is like you asked 5 years from him and a decade from me. So I was wondering, decade is like way too much. AI is changing the world very, very fast every day. Uh, and I think the teams will start hiring AI trainers, and not just marketing managers or support managers in various roles. I would say we will have more roles of AI engineers in marketing. I think their job will be to teach AI brand tone, empathy, and values, making machines more human, so that it's a guided system, as a guided AI to deliver faster, better, and more contextual. I think the roles will evolve, powered by AI, ever guided by humans. So you imagine like a few humans directing hundreds of intelligent agents, personalized, ethical, always on. It will be a world where CX is measured not by response time, but by understanding time. And so as would be in marketing, right? We are on the front line with the customers to talk. We are on the front line and responsible to respond to a customer in the shortest window of time on the channels that they are on. They could be on Instagram, they could be on LinkedIn, they could be on email, and they would want the resolution in the most fastest way, and how marketing would can make it happen in the most contextual aware manner is the change that I would see. So again, I would say it's a world where I see AI and human will work together in a perfect harmony, and it's a world of uh, marketing that would evolve as a blended with AI engineering. So marketing is just not going to be marketing; it's like marketing AI engineering coming together.
Exactly. And this is actually the key takeaway from the all the points that we discussed. We literally talked about every aspect that how Gen AI and autonomous agents are reshaping the new frontier of developer-led CX innovation, taking from the understanding of these basic agents in the space and towards moving forward to the developer-led frontier, the practical use cases and how the challenges and guardrails are also an aspect that we want to look forward to. And now, before we wrap up, it's time that we finally do a quick rapid fire round where we'll have some short and fun questions to hear your instinctive thoughts on the same. So I'll go one by one and you can answer whatever comes to your mind first. So, firstly, Udit, I'd like to ask you that what is that one recent shift that you've seen in developer-led CX innovation?
Um, I think it's just not one shift, it's many. I think it's speed.
Yes. So, moving forward, Mohit, I'd like to ask you that what do you think is the most overhyped buzzword today in this space?
I mean, it used to be AI. It's AI only. The most I think overhyped word was AI for past 2-3 years since the launch of GPT. But now people are looking forward to the results what an AI can give me in terms of achieving my business objective.
Yes, absolutely. So, moving forward with the next one, Udit, what do you think is a must-have tool in your developer or marketer toolkit?
Uh, well, it's a hard one because there's not one. It's many. But if you ask me at a platform level, it would be something like a workflow builder like Anatane, because it's a consortium of bringing a lot of tools together and create a workflow for us.
Correct, absolutely. Yes. So the question is, and I'd like this from Mohit, that what's one valuable tip that you'd share with someone starting out in CX plus AI?
Be free, be agile, experiment, and then fail. Because the more you experiment with AI, the more success you'll get. But the faster you fail, the faster you learn. In AI, that is the key.
Yes, Mohit, absolutely. And that's the key to always follow with the rapid advancements that we are facing and with all of these evolving landscapes that are coming up.
True.
So moving forward, Udit, I'd like to ask you that what's one future role or skill you believe will emerge due to Gen AI?
Um, I think making more data aware. I think it's learn to work with data. I think this whole leap few years ago of big data, I think it's more real now. Yeah, I think more data driven.
No data driven, exactly. So Mohit, would you like to tell me AI in one word? What do you think?
That's enablement, because on daily basis I need AI to get myself enabled and my team enabled.
Yes, correct. So, moving forward with the next last two, Udit, what do you think who's more patient, AI or humans?
Um, I would say AI. It never need coffee breaks.
Exactly. So now this is the last one. Mohit, I like you to answer that. If an AI agent could run one part of your life, what would you want it to be?
Handling the customer escalations instantly. I mean,
Yeah.
that is the one thing which I would like to have an autonomous agents cloning my voice and cloning my persona handling everything on its own.
Yes, and that will get half of your, daily hassle to be solved in an instant.
That's true.
So great answers, Udit and Mohit. Really, we enjoyed this rapid fire session and round. And of course, we've had great insights from both of you on this particular topic and theme. And lastly, I would like to ask both of you that as this is your first interaction at the Leader Circle program here at TechGig, so what are your views on this initiative? Mohit, I would like you to go first.
I mean, this is really nice because the topics what we choose and the way we explain and the TechGig Leader Circle in itself is a good big community, and gaining insights and sharing what you learn from the industry is something which is always always excites me. So this is a really good platform to talk over and share some experiences.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll second that completely, Kushi, because you're trying to create a bridge between the developer world and the business world. Two things I think AI is doing a lot to converge, but I think series like Tech Leader Circle is making it more real. What's happening on the business side and what's happening on tech side, and how these two things would converge.
Yes, and it's always encouraging to hear from you industry leaders that it is helping to bridge that gap, because that is something that we are up to, and it's also helping us bring the maximum and massive amount of information from your personal expertise. That is the best way to deliver that sort of knowledge and experience. So now I would like to mention that this has truly been an insightful and thought-provoking conversation on how GenAI and autonomous agents are not only transforming Martech and CX, but also redefining the way developers and marketers collaborate to drive innovation at scale. What really stands out is how this new frontier is breaking silos, creating smarter customer experiences, and accelerating the shift towards more adaptive and AI-powered marketing ecosystems. Udit and Mohit, thank you so much for sharing your perspectives, strategies, and lessons with us today. It has been an absolute privilege to have both of you on this podcast and learn from your expertise.
Thank you, Kushi. It was a great show.
Thank you, Kushi.
Thank you. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. We hope this session has given you fresh insights into the evolving role of Gen AI in CX and how developer-led innovation is shaping the future of customer engagement. Until next time, this is your host, Khushi, signing off. Stay tuned for more such conversations from TechGig. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep innovating the future of tech.